The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the conclusion of the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus said to his disciples, "Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. Whoever does not believe will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak new languages. They will pick up serpents with their hands, and if they drink any deadly thing, it will not harm them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." So then the Lord Jesus, after he spoke to them, was taken up into heaven and took a seat at the right hand of God. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the word through accompanying signs. The gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. I couldn't help but think of the gospel about we'll be able to handle snakes, because there's 2 snakes outside today. I kid you not. They just showed up out of the blue. I think they're just making an appearance for the gospel. And no, I'm not going to handle them. So, we talk about the ascension and what the ascension really means to us today in our life. Now, think about that and what Jesus did, how he ascended. But he did something first to ascend. If you ascend, you must first descend. Yes, that is right. And it is in the descending, as Jesus did, who emptied his life for us, that he ascended. The way up is the way down. First, we have to go down. We have to descend, or we will never rise. Jesus is one who descended. He descended in the dirt of this world. Literally, the time where he was the woman caught in adultery, there he was in the ground, scribing things in the dirt. And then, just thinking about this, and then the man who was blind, how he spit on the dirt and made clay. He was not afraid to get his hands dirty, to get involved. He descended. Now, the disciples are looking today, in that first reading, looking to Jesus as he is rising, and they want to rise too. But they have to first descend into life also. When I think about it, there's this thought process. It could be in our spirituality that we think that we need to be apart from this world. We live in the world, and yet we are called out of it. But there's this thought that we should be above others, that prayer should lead us out of this world, out of this life, when it really should be a really healthy spirituality is calling us to live in this life, to truly descend. And I can't think of anybody greater as an example than mothers. It's Mother's Day. Should have guessed. Mothers truly descend, don't they? They really empty their lives off. And I brought their lives out for us. And I brought with me a little poem. Maybe you've heard this before. It's called Before I Was a Mom. Before I was a mom, I made and ate hot meals. I had unstained clothing. I had quiet conversations on the phone. Before I was a mom, I slept as late as I wanted and never worried about how late I got into bed. I brushed my hair and my teeth every day. Before I was a mom, I cleaned my house each day. I never tripped over toys or forgot words to lullabies. Before I was a mom, I didn't worry whether or not my plants were poisonous. I never thought about immunizations. Before I was a mom, I had never been puked on, pooped on, spit on, chewed on, peed on, or pinched by tiny fingers. Before I was a mom, I had complete control of my mind, my thoughts, and my body. I slept all night. Before I was a mom, I never held down a screaming child so that doctors could do tests or give shots. I never looked into teary eyes and cried. I never got gloriously happy over a simple grin. I never sat up late hours at night watching a baby sleep. Before I was a mom, I never held a sleeping baby just because I didn't want to put it down. I never felt my heart break into a million pieces when I couldn't stop the hurt. I never knew that something so small could affect my life so much. I never knew that I could love someone so much. I never knew I would love being a mom. Before I was a mom, I didn't know the feeling of having my heart outside my body. I didn't know how special it could feel to feed a hungry baby. I didn't know that something so small could make me feel so important. Before I was a mom, I had never gotten up in the middle of the night every 10 minutes to make sure all was okay. I had never known the warmth, the joy, the love, the heartache, the wonder, or the satisfaction of being a mom. I didn't know I was capable of loving, feeling so much before I was a mom. We are called to descend, and as we see mothers, they descend into service, and how we are to descend into service our lives, to become humble in our life, not to set ourselves above others, but to put ourselves of all things at the service of others.